Hey guys, Box90 here with the final video of my complete M14 Core Set review. So we're going to go through instant spells this time, and we'll start off with Giant Growth, which is reprinted again from Alpha to today. It's been reprinted a billion times, and it's a classic card, instant speed. Gives 3+3 for 1. What can be better than that? It's fantastic and fits green's flavor perfectly. Naturalize, another classic spell, is being reprinted, destroys artifact or enchantment for 2. It's been used, it's regularly a sideboard card, and the problem is right now we have the split card that's white and red that kind of covers both bases, and that other card, I don't remember the name of that exiles for 2. Exiles an artifact, so Naturalize has to kind of fit its place among a number of these powerful spells, but I still think it's one of the most versatile and classic spells, and we'll likely see some play somewhere, even possibly waiting until after rotation. Fog, again, classic. I don't think we quite have fog decks at this point quite as much, but of course they always pop up, and we have Jace Memoriata coming back, so Fog is here. And it is expected. Plummet, destroys flying, again, classic reprint. Ranger's Guile, Guile, I think it's called. And this was an Innistrad card, very powerful card actually. I'm a big fan, especially you can use it to your advantage to protect your own creatures, and that's the main reason. But also you can get in the additional 1+1 if someone targets with abilities trying to mess around. It's like a protection and boost at the same time. Very strong card. I like it. Smelt, shows an artifact for 1. They keep trying to make destroy artifacts, and they've had 3, now 2, and then here's the 1 to destroy artifact. Obviously, as I just said before, we have the exile for 2, I think it is. So that's just probably better, but again, pretty cheap. Shock, classic card being brought back, very solid for all red, and it very fits red's theme perfectly. Thunderstrike, 2-0 in first strike, I think will make it pretty solid for limited, because the first strike mostly. I wish it was 3-0 in first strike, but 2-0 in first strike is still pretty good. Chandra's Outrage, another reprint. This one, yeah, I like it. It's a little expensive for me, but it's a solid burn card, and we'll probably see some limited play. Vile Rebirth, you get 2/2. It's from a graveyard, so you can use it to get rid of an opponent's best card from their graveyard, so they can't get anything back. I don't think it's quite constructed viable though. Altar's Reap, another reprint. Wow, a lot of reprints from like Innistrad time. This is weird. Sack a creature, draws 2 cards, maybe with token, otherwise not that good. But being able to do it during your opponent's turn off of a token for 2, it's not terrible, but it's not that great. Ring Flesh, just not that good. Cancel, 3-cost counterspell. Cancel's been reprinted a billion times. I wish they'd just give us, a regular counterspell maybe, but they won't. So, because that would make control more powerful than it is, right? So cancel, yay. Disperse is one of my favorite bounce spells outside of like Echoing Truth, because it returns a non-land permanent for 2. So I think that's generally better than Unsummon, having that option, even if it costs 1 more. Negates, classic spell, non-creature spell for 2. It's a well-known counterspell, definitely sideboard viable. Essence Scatter, not quite as viable, but it may see some sideboard play. Pay No Heed is like a lesser fog, which means it's bad. Fortify is a reprint. It's just not good enough, I think. Maybe in some token decks, and in limited could potentially be an end card, but otherwise, yeah, not that good. Show of Valor, it's for 1 turn. Why it gives 2+4, I don't know. It just does. Not that great. Celestial Flare, 2 white. There's just so many better cards that they could have printed. Like the one that's whenever a creature does damage this turn for 3, you destroy it. Even for that, just 2 white, it's so awkward, and they get to decide. It's just terrible. Windstorm, XD creature with flying, so it's instant speed. I like. It actually makes it potentially EDH viable, because many green decks try to run some version of this. I usually was running Squall Line because it does to players also, instant speed. It's 2 green, but it does to players. So since aggro decks tend to be ahead on life, it can end the game for you. But this is a cheaper version and can also definitely fit in those kind of EDH decks. And given maybe with the token that we still have until the fall, we still have Lingering Souls and stuff. So Windstorm may seem some sideboard play. Volcanic Geyser is just a variant of Blaze, and yeah, it's fine. A fine card. Definitely a finisher for limited. Doomblade, yay, we have removal for black, and it needs it because we have Archangel of Thune and stuff like that. So thank you for bringing back Doomblade. Opportunity, people have been telling me, oh, it's instant speed, that's why it's better than Tidings, which is a sorcery. I see what you mean. 6 mana for 4 cards, though, it's a bit aggravating. It's so aggravating to take such a risk with so much mana. I don't think it's quite there, to be honest. At least not today. And in EDH, you just have better stuff like Fact or Fiction. Spell Blast. It's converted mana cost X. It's going to be very niche and hard to use, like most of these X spells are. So not that good. Congregate, 2 life for each creature in the battlefield. I'm happy that it's not just your creatures, but it's still a bit costly. I wouldn't necessarily run it pretty much anywhere. Brave the Elements, they give all white creatures you control, so of course in a mono deck it's fabulous. It really is. It can win you the game, make most of your creatures unblockable. It can protect them against spells. It's a very solid card. I'm a big fan for 1 white. I don't know if it's quite constructed viable, but it's close. It's definitely close. Getting to the rares, we have Savage Summoning, which I will talk about in my top 10 countdown for EDH. It's one of my favorite cards EDH-wise from this set because it makes pretty much all creatures, particularly generals, but all creatures you cast with it or alongside it, they can be flashed, can't be countered, you can't counter Savage Summoning, and it makes the creature stronger, all for 1. It does everything you need for Voltron. It makes Voltron, it's like the ultimate spell for Voltron, and it also makes anything else you play very viable. If you, for instance, you imprint this on an Isochron Scepter, for example, every creature you play will hit the board and has flash for 1 additional mana. I mean, even if you took away the additional 1+1 counter, it would be great. I think it's definitely constructed viable. At limited, it's less powerful because it's filling up a slot in the deck and it doesn't have a guarantee of working. But I think it's constructed viable in a number of formats, and I think it's a great card. Very happy Wizards printed it. Wild Ricochet is a reprint. It lets you copy 2 spells for 4, which is just doubling the effect. So of course EDH loves this card, and constructed doesn't that much. Grim Return is a funky take on the stealing a creature from a graveyard. It's annoying that the creature has to die first, even though this is instant speed theft. The fact that you have to kill it somehow makes it that it's almost guaranteed that there's going to be additional mana required for it, or you're waiting for your opponent to do something. So if your opponent's supposed to be the one removing, and then you're going to return, yeah, you can play shenanigans with it, but more likely than not, you're going to be sitting on mana. You're going to be waiting for it to take effect. Waiting for your opponent to do something is not a great thing to do in Magic in general. Waiting for your opponent, relying on your opponent to do something, and if you're going to be the one to do it, it's going to cost more mana than 3 mana, and you're going to use multiple cards. So it's very awkward. I think it could work, but it's a bit awkward. Quicken makes sorcery have flash and draw a card for 1 additional 1. It's not terrible, but not that great either. And Silence is a classic shutdown effect. It's used in Modern, and it's used in EDH, and it probably will see some play in Constructed probably. So those are instant spells. Let me know your thoughts about them below in the comment section. As well, check out my channel sponsors in the description. Thanks for joining me. RoxyBox90 signing out. I'll see you guys next time.